Na, pass mal auf. Welcome, everyone. Today we're diving deep into the incredible art of Fleischveredelung, that's meat refinement, and we are going to master a true classic, authentic, homemade Polish kielbasa, or as it's really known, kielbasa swojska. Look, this isn't just about following a recipe, it's a genuine craft, and by the time we're done here, you're gonna have all the keys to making it absolutely perfect. So, let's get right into it. You know, sausage making is one of the oldest forms of food processing out there. I mean, it's a craft that was literally born out of necessity, the need to preserve meat. It's funny, the word sausage actually comes from the Latin word salsus, which just means salted. Simple as that. And what we're making today, Wiska Kielbasa, well, that translates to country sausage. It's this rustic, incredibly flavorful link that really tells the story of Polish farmers in their villages. It's history in a casing. Okay, to make truly great sausage, you've got to have the right tools. Sure, you can get by with the basics, but a few key pieces of equipment, they're going to take your craft from just good to absolutely incredible. And, they also make sure your final product is both delicious and totally safe. Let's look at your artisan's arsenal. So let's break this down. The thermometer, that's for safety and getting that perfect texture. The scale, well, sausage making is a science, so precision is everything. But listen, the grinder and the stuffer, they are the real game changers here. A quality grinder gives the meat definition. It cuts it cleanly instead of just squishing it into mush. And a dedicated stuffer, it prevents something called fat smearing. That's when the fat melts and coats the meat, and trust me, it leads to a greasy, crumbly texture. Nobody wants that. All right, let's talk meat. Here is the first and maybe the most important rule of all. Your sausage is only ever going to be as good as the meat you start with. It's that simple. Always, always pick the best and freshest pork and beef you can get your hands on. This is the foundation, right? It's what all that incredible flavor is built on. Now, let's talk about the golden ratio. You might think lean is better, but in sausage making, you absolutely need fat. Aiming for about 20% to 30% total fat content, that is the secret to a juicy, succulent kielbasa. And it's not just for flavor either. Fat actually carries flavor compounds and gives you that perfect, tender mouthfeel. If you go with any less, you're just going to end up with a dry, crumbly sausage, and nobody wants that. Okay, so you could grind, season, and stuff all in one day. You totally could. But if you want the highest quality sausage, I'm talking a deep, complex, truly cured flavor, then you're going to want to embrace this traditional method. Yeah, it takes a little more patience, but believe me, the results are absolutely worth the wait. So, how does it work? Well, the process is actually pretty simple. You just cube up the meat, mix it with salt and something called cure number 1. That's just a blend of salt and sodium nitrate. It's essential for two things, preserving that nice pink color and, more importantly, preventing nasty bacterial growth. Then you just let it rest in the fridge. That's it. This one step is what develops that beautiful color we all know and love, and it totally changes the meat's structure, creating this rich flavor you just can't get any other way. Okay, listen up because this is a really crucial point, temperature control. It is, without a doubt, the single most important factor for getting that perfect texture in your homemade sausage. Seriously, this is where the art of sausage making really meets the science. The rule is so simple. Keep your meat, your fat, and all of your equipment below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, or 4 degrees Celsius. So why is this so important? Well, think about it. Cold, solid fat shatters and grinds into these clean, distinct little particles. But warm fat, it doesn't grind. It just melts and smears everywhere, totally ruining the protein structure and leaving you with a, you guessed it, mushy, greasy texture. So here's a pro tip for you. Put your grinder head, the auger, and the blade right in the freezer for about an hour before you even start. Game changer. All right, now let's talk about the two things that really define any sausage. Its soul, that's the unique spice blend, and its shell, the casing that gives it that signature shape and that perfect snap. And for kielbasa, man, both of these are absolutely essential to its identity. So what are the dominating flavors of a real, authentic kielbasa? Well, it's that delicious seasoned pork, but with these really distinct notes of garlic and marjoram. Now, recipes can vary, of course, but this classic swojska blend is really the savory heart of it all. The garlic brings that punch, and the marjoram adds that traditional, aromatic, kind of woodsy flavor that is just quintessentially Polish. And for the shell, Well, natural hog casings are the traditional choice, and for good reason. They give you that incredible snap when you bite into the sausage. And, crucially, they're permeable. That means all that wonderful smoke flavor can actually get through and penetrate the meat. Now, before you use them, you do have to prep them. Just a good rinse, flush them with water, and let them soak for a bit. And you can also see the different grinder plates there, which are what let you decide the final texture of the meat, whether you want it coarse or fine. All right, we've prepped our meat, we've chilled our gear, we've gathered our spices. Now comes the really active part of the process. This is where your technique, what you actually do, is going to directly impact that final texture and juiciness of your kielbasa. Let's do it. Okay, so here's the secret of the bind. After you grind the meat, you're gonna add some ice water and just start mixing. What you're looking for is for the meat to get really sticky and kind of fibrous. The technical term is protein extraction. Basically, you're creating this web that traps all the fat and water, and that's what holds the sausage together and keeps it juicy. So how do you know you're doing it right? Well, I love this tip from an old sausage maker. Mix until your hands become uncomfortably cold. That's when you know the meat is at the perfect temperature to create that perfect bind. Okay, we've reached the final transformative stages. The grind is mixed, the bind is perfect. Now, it's time to stuff those casings, introduce that all-important smoke, and finish the cooking process to get our kielbasa ready for the table. This is the home stretch. So first things first, you hang the stufflings to dry for a bit. You want the casings to feel tacky to the touch. Why? Because that's what helps the smoke adhere properly. Then it's into the smoker we go. At a nice low temperature, we're talking 140 to 160 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 3 to 4 hours. You're going to cook them until the internal temp hits a safe 154 degrees. And finally, and this part is really important, you've got to let them chill overnight. This lets the fat solidify again and allows all those incredible flavors to really meld together. Patience is key. Look, even with the best preparation in the world, things can sometimes go a little sideways. It happens, but don't you worry, because every problem has a solution. So let's take a look at a few common mistakes and see how the pros solve them so your kielbasa turns out perfect every single time. So is your texture kind of mushy? That's almost always a temperature problem. The fat smeared. The solution? Keep everything ice cold. Did your sausage come out dry? Well, you either need more fat in your ratio or you didn't mix it long enough to get that good protein bind. And what about that dreaded temperature stall in the smoker? Here's a fantastic pro tip. Just poach the sausages in 167-degree water. It is a super quick, really effective way to get them to that final 154-degree internal temp without drying them out at all. So once it's chilled, your kielbasa is ready to go. You can grill it, you can pan fry it, or you can make it the star ingredient in a traditional Polish hunter stew called bigos. It's incredible. And for storage, if you vacuum seal it, it'll last in the fridge for a couple weeks. But let's be honest, it's probably not going to be around that long. You followed the steps, you've respected the craft, and you have created something truly, truly special. Now go enjoy the fruits of your labor. Guten Appetit!